Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, freaks and geeks, trolls and derps alike, welcome. I am Mullet Mike, bringing you Season 3 of Creepy Gaming. Today we will be covering a very highly requested episode. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Tales Doll curtain. So without further ado, turn the lights down and the volume up as we journey into some creepy gaming. There are just some things in this world that you cannot explain. Much like the trend of planking, or now the Harlem Shake, Bill O'Reilly meme, or even Kristen Stewart's popularity. The point is, some things are simply unexplainable. One of which has to be the buzz surrounding the story of Tales Doll. For whatever reason, this creepypasta has gained a cult following since its inception years ago. What is it about the story that made it such a hit? In the early 90s, Sega had grown into this amazing powerhouse of a company. So much so that they rivaled Nintendo, which is no easy feat back then. Sonic was just as recognizable as Mario himself. Sega was one of the first to experiment with CD-based gaming. Many will agree Sega was a little ambitious with the Sega CD. But you gotta understand, the mid to late 90s were a weird time for video games. Developers realized that technology was growing at a rapid rate, and that CD-based gaming was the future. CDs could hold more memory, allowing for a 3D world environment and improved audio quality. In a time when 2D platforming games were the standard, 3D games were in their infancy, therefore not perfected. So, a lot of games just flat out suck. In 1997, mascot racing games, such as Mario Kart, Diddy Kong Racing, was a very popular genre. Sega wanted to cash in on it and develop a Sonic racing game. And it sounded like a great idea. Race with Sonic the Hedgehog, the fastest video game character of the time. Spin moves, crazy courses, my young eyes teared up with hope. This is going to be amazing! Right? Right? Something went terribly, terribly wrong. In the holiday season of 1997, Sonic R was released for the Sega Saturn. I'll say this much. It wasn't what I'd hoped it to be. It was more like this. Fuck! 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 My tears of hope quickly dried up into crusty hate flakes. This game fucking sucks. Had so much potential. How did they fuck this up? Well, I'll make it quick. The controls are garbage, the track design is sloppy, and the music. Oh no, the music. Well, here, listen for yourself. No, I can't. Sunshine, my ball sack. I don't know why this music was selected, but my theory to it is that Sega wanted to show off what CD audio was capable of. So instead of the 16-bit themes, Sega developers decided to use this. Alright, enough, fuck off! Well, if you can believe it, there's something scarier than Sonic R's soundtrack. That would be the inclusion of a secret character known as Tales Doll. Note, this is not Tails, but a lifeless doll believed to be powered by a chaos gem on its head. The Tales Doll was created by Dr. Robotnik, aka Eggman. Tales Doll is comparable to Tails the same way that Metal Sonic is to Sonic. Not many people know this, but Tales Doll made one of his first appearances in the Archie Comics run of Sonic the Hedgehog. Now on to the creepypasta. There's actually quite a few Tails doll creepypasta, but I'll go over the Tails doll curse, which seems to be the one most people are familiar with. I'll read you a summary of the story itself, then I'll give you my thoughts. Alright, cue the music! This is the story of two friends, Gil and Noah. The two went shopping at EB Games for some new Saturn games. As they shopped around, they found a copy of Sonic R. When Gil and Noah went to the counter to pay, the cashier told them that they could have the game for free. Not thinking too much of it other than they got a good deal, the two friends rushed to Noah's house to play. Once they started the game up, weird things began to happen. For example, when the title screen popped up, they didn't see Sonic or Knuckles, only what looked like Tails doll. When they started a race, the song Can You Feel the Sunshine was being played in reverse. Not just that, but they were able to unlock Super Sonic after just the first race. Now, if you're familiar at all with Sonic R, then you know that the game has several locked characters. It takes a series of events to unlock each character, especially Super Sonic, which requires you to obtain each Chaos Emerald. Gil thought this strange, but Noah dismissed it as a hack. Noah started the second race as the newly unlocked Super Sonic. Once he finished the race, the words "Challenger Approaching" appeared on the screen. The screen faded to black and remained black. Suddenly, an image flashed of Sonic being mutilated by what looked like Tails. They then heard a scream, followed by a maniacal laughter. When the race began, Noah and Gil were shocked to see Super Sonic move on his own, without either one of them controlling him. When the race was over, the game said they unlocked Tails doll. Suddenly, the TV began to violently shake. Without thinking, Noah grabbed a nearby hammer and destroyed the TV. The two calmed down after their moment of temporary hysteria. They were upset because they still wanted the game. Even after they came to their senses, Noah still stood by his actions by saying, quote, "It was worth it." The two friends then went upstairs to Noah's bedroom. There they continued to play video games, but decided Sonic Adventure 2 might be a better choice for now. While playing, the doorbell rang. Noah and Gil went to go see who it was, only to find nobody was there. The doorbell continued to ring. Every time they opened the door, there was nobody there to be seen. Noah kept his hand on the doorknob, anticipating another ring. Once it did, Noah immediately opened the door, only to find a bloodied Tails doll. Noah brought in the Tails doll and began to rinse it off. Smart move. He laid the Tails doll on the kitchen counter to dry. The two commenced gaming until Gil had to go to the bathroom. On his way there, he saw something out of the corner of his eye. He approaches it and realizes it was the Tails doll. The two friends wondered how it got upstairs. Really? Are they not wondering how I got on the front fucking doorstep to begin with? Anyways, moving on, back to the story. I could be here all day. For whatever reason, unknown to man, Noah still wanted to play Sonic R. He decided to play a tag game as the Tails doll. Once he completed the race, something crazy happened. The Tails doll in the bedroom came to life. Noah and Gil ran as fast as they could. The two made it downstairs and nearly to the front door when suddenly the Tails doll appeared before them. The possessed doll then attacked Noah, killing him instantly. Gil's adrenaline takes over as he grabs a nearby baseball bat and begins to swing away. The Tails doll moved so quick that Gil couldn't connect. Gil again winded up and aimed for the fences. The Tails doll caught the bat and snapped it like a twig. Gil then ran to Noah's parents' bedroom and noticed Noah's dad's ancient weapon collection. He grabbed one of Noah's dad's swords as he heard the police sirens in the distance. Gil swung the sword at Tails doll with all of his might, only for the Tails doll to catch it and then end Gil's life. Later, when the police arrived, Noah and Gil's bodies were found upstairs, strangely enough. No murder weapons were found. No sword, no baseball bat, no Tails doll. The only thing that could be confiscated as evidence was the Sega Saturn and the strange copy of Sonic R. So that's it. That's one version of the Tails doll curse creepypasta. Another example of other versions include the Tails doll actually coming out of the TV, or a father buying a haunted copy of Sonic R for his son. Let me remind you, this is just one of many Tails doll creepypastas. There's a ton of them out there. So what are my thoughts on the story? It's okay. It's not great. And to be honest, I don't know what all the fuss is about. I don't know what it was about this story to get so ridiculously popular like it did. I mean, there's a ton of plot holes, and I'm sorry, being a writer, I can't help but be a little bit nitpicky. For starters, why would they still want to play some games after what they experienced? Why would Noah bring the bloody Tails doll inside? And did anyone else notice that this house is full of all kinds of hammers, swords, and baseball bats laying around the place? In all fairness, it's still a good read. Overall, it's okay. And that's a good thing. Trust me, I've read far worse creepypasta. Now here's the question I know some of you are asking. Is it real? Okay. Do I really have to answer that? Really? Alright. According to the urban legend, there are several ways to summon Tails doll. The first and probably most well-known version goes as such. To summon Tails doll, you must play Sonic R and get 100% completed. Then play as Tails doll on tag mode, and while playing tag mode, you will see Supersonic. Be sure to tag him last. The screen will change to a picture of Tails doll. He will be standing on a red checkered floor, and you will hear the song Can You Feel the Sunshine? If done right, you will see a glowing red light, which is supposed to be the gem on his head. This supposedly unlocks the Tails doll curse. Well, after hours and hours upon hours, I've tried it every way possible and still nothing. Now there's another claim to summoning the Tails doll. This one, cliche urban legend just written all over it. Similar to the legend of Bloody Mary or Candyman for all my fellow 90s kids out there, you must go into a dark bathroom. Some versions of the say it has to be after 11 o'clock. And you must play Can You Feel the Sunshine, followed by Living in the City, which is another song from Sonic R soundtrack. And you must play them both in reverse. Wait 5 minutes, and then you are supposed to see a glowing red gem appear in the mirror. Alright, enough bullshit. Let's try this out. I ain't scared. I can't believe I'm doing this. Mullet Mike here, about to attempt the Tails doll curse. If I die doing this, don't tell them it was Tails doll, for God's sakes. Tell them I don't know, I was saving a bunch of starving orphans in a burning orphanage filled with Nazis. I don't know, just don't tell them it was Tails doll. Let's do this shit. Well, no Tails doll. So there you have it. Whether you wanted it or not. Is Tails doll real? Well, I'm afraid it's nothing more than a big, steaming, heaping, nutty brown pile of bullshit. No, it's not real. Is it a good, scary story? Yeah, it is. Even though it's not my favorite, and every story has its flaws, overall, Tails doll has turned into a cult phenomenon. A true viral hit. As I've previously said in my binge round video, it doesn't have to be real in order to be scary. If it is presented as a true story, then it automatically makes it creepier. Even though it's not my favorite, the Tales Doll Curse has a huge place reserved in creepy gaming history. Even after this video, people will continue to debate whether or not Tales Doll is real. And that's fine. That just further proves my point of people want to be scared. It is fun to be scared. And that, my friends, is what creepy gaming is all about. Thank you for joining me on Season 3 of Creepy Gaming. I am Mullet Mike with... Stay creepy. Thanks for watching. Peace.